Fine. All right, guys, we have with us our coach, Gautam Gambhir. As usual, one question at a time. Who wants to go first?
Gautam, as a coach, how does this run to the final feel after the lows of the defeats at home to New Zealand and then away to Australia, the Test series, the back-to-back, and then now this run to the final where the team has played flawlessly in all the departments?
You made a very good. You used a very good word that we played flawlessly. I think yes, we did, but we still have one more game to go. We know that we're a good one-day side, and the most important thing is the way we've actually played throughout this competition. The hunger, the commitment, and the eagerness to try and do something special for the country is always there in that dressing room.
Gautam, can you just explain what the dressing room feels like when Virat's out in the middle in a run chase?
It feels exactly the same whoever is there in the middle.
It's no different. I mean, he's obviously got such a good
everyone
record.
Is important. For me, I think everyone is important. It feels exactly the same, whether it's Virat in the middle or it's anyone else in the middle. Ultimately, it's about playing for the country, and it's about when you're representing your country, every individual is important.
Gautam, was there at any point you thought that it was getting closer too close for comfort?
No, I don't think so. I think it was very, very professional, and the reason why I say that was because we had wickets in hand, and that was the plan, because we know that obviously wickets here in the second half can actually get a little slower. So we batted in the last game, we batted first, and we thought that it was very important to have wickets in hand at the 40-over mark, and we actually planned the chase really, really well. Even if you see after 40 overs, we were only 4 down, and we had 2 set batters in. So we knew that the kind of quality we have and the kind of depth we had, we were always under control.
Coach, in successive games in chases against Pakistan and now Australia, Kohli has played 2 outstanding innings. Could you just talk about what he's been doing on this sort of pitches, because where making runs hasn't been very easy and very fluent as well, but he has gone about doing it in his own way just by picking his gaps. He's
a phenomenal one-day cricketer. He knows how to plan his runs. He knows how to plan whether we are batting first or chasing, and he knows that he adapts to the conditions really quickly, and that is why experience and high-quality players are very important, and that's the reason why he's got that kind of a record in one-day cricket, and I hope he continues to do that in future as well.
Gautam, can you tell us how did you arrive at the decision of promoting Axar to number 5, and how do you evaluate his performance so far?
Look, I've answered it before that we don't care what people say. I think he's a quality player, and it is important. This is how cricket is meant to be played, and this is how we will play the sport. This is how we will continue playing the sport. We know the quality and ability Axar has, and we're going to keep giving him that opportunity at number 5 so that he can keep performing and, more importantly, keep expressing and keep showing his talent to the world. And he's made reasonable amount of contributions since he started batting at number 5. And you guys, people can keep talking about it, that why making Axar bat at number 5, but yes, that's where it is very important, and it is not about individuals, it's about what we want as a team, and we will continue to do that.
Gautam, even with the greatest players, little bits can sneak into their game. Virat Kohli has been out to leg spin a little bit just in the very recent past. Today, 2 leg spinners, he controlled a chase. Was that a conversation that has been there in the dressing room at all, or have you, how do you see his playing leg spin today?
Buddy, when you play 300 games, you will end up getting out to some of the spinners. So that's okay. I think he's got 100 in this competition. He's got a 90 in this competition, and eventually we've got runs when you've got runs in this competition, you will eventually get out to some kind of a bowler. So rather than dissecting and bisecting that he's got out to leg spin, I think when you've played 300 ODIs, you will eventually get out to certain kind of bowlers, and that's okay.
Before coming here, there was a lot of publicity about Virat taking part in the Ranji Trophy, a lot of excitement as well. And when we look at his performances here, how important is it, do you think, that players of his and Rohit's international experience, when out of form, go back and partake in domestic cricket?
Different format, and obviously we haven't played too much of one-day cricket since the last 50-over World Cup, so you can't judge players thinking that obviously they haven't got runs in red ball cricket, so it doesn't mean that they can't get runs in 50-over format. They've been exceptional players in this format. They've done it for so many years, so we had no doubt that they're going to deliver come the big tournaments, and they've exactly done that in this competition. So there was no doubt about their ability, about their experience, and about the kind of experience they bring on the table, and the kind of caliber and the kind of hunger they bring in the dressing room. So there was no doubt about it, that what they could do and what they did. doubt about it, that what they could do and what they did in this competition.
Coach, you had spoken in the past about KL Rahul being your first preference in this format. He was pushed down the order at 6 with Aksar being accommodated at 5 being a left-hander. As a coach, what were your conversations with someone like a KL who has been batting in top order in the recent past, then in the middle order at 5? So when he comes in at 6, as a coach, आपकी क्या बातें रहती हैं? Like, how do you go about talking cricket with him? Because the role kind of changes when he moves down to 6.
You know, in a sport like cricket and in team sport, numbers don't matter, batting positions don't matter. It's the impact that matters. You should only be thinking of picking yourself in the playing 11, and rest whatever is needed of you to do it for the team, you should be happily doing it. And KL has done that, and KL has done that really happily, and he's done that really well at number 6 as well. People keep talking about it. I don't know for how long they've been talking about it, that why we push KL at number 6. Just we feel that he gives us more depth, and that is how we want to play the game. And the conversations which I've had with him, or the conversations which I've had with everyone, is exactly the same. That in a team sport, especially in cricket and in this format, we are not going to talk about batting positions. We're going to talk about how can we create that impact, and what is needed of the team. We'll continue doing that.
Gautam, from team selection, loading the squad with spinners, to batting order and playing KL ahead of Rishabh, some criticisms were made. Now, do you feel vindicated?
KL averages 50 in one-day cricket. That's the answer.
And overall, and the overall criticism, do you feel vindicated now?
Overall criticism of what?
About team selection, squad selection, and batting order, everything. Now, as the team has reached the final, do you feel vindicated?
I don't care about it. I don't even care about it, honestly. My job is, to be honest, to 140 crore Indians and to my players in that dressing room. I don't care what people talk about it, how they talk about it, whether they've got agendas, whether they've got not got agendas. I don't even care about it. If I'm honest to my job, that is all that matters, and I can sleep in peace. And when you talk about the spinning combination, we've got 3 all-rounders in those 5 spinners. I don't know, but people keep forgetting about it. And those 3 all-rounders are quality all-rounders. Actually, in the entire squad, we've only picked 2 frontline spinners, and that is okay. In a 15-member squad, if you pick 2 frontline spinners, that's not too much to be asking for. Thanks, man. See, in international sport, you want to keep improving. You don't say that you've ticked all the boxes. There's always to improve. There's always something to improve, be it in batting, fielding, or bowling. And we still haven't played a perfect game. We still have one more game to go. Hopefully, we can play a perfect game. And that is the kind of person I am.